Hi Cancers, this is your monthly forecast for the month of May 2016 with me. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we get started, I just wanted to remind you guys that this is a general horoscope for people born under the sun, moon, or rising or ascendant sign, as it's known as, in the sign of Cancer. But if you would like a personalized reading that caters to your natal chart that you were born with, I would be glad to help you out. Shoot me an email. All my information is in the description box. You can contact me and I would love to do a reading for you. All right, so let's get started on what's going on in May for Cancer. So Cancers, your 11th house of friendships and groups of like-minded people and organizations is very much highlighted in the month of May. You have the Sun, Venus, and Mercury all in Taurus, and also there is a new moon that's happening in Taurus. And the new moon brings new beginnings. The 11th house, like I said, it's, your friendships, so there can possibly be a more of a greater emphasis on your friendships and the groups of like-minded people you belong to. This can be Facebook, this can be Twitter, this can be, maybe you are in a club, like a club full of people that are into a certain study or a certain activity. It's all of those types of groups of people. You could be participating in more group activities, which is awesome. Cancer, you need to get out of your shell. Get out and hang out with those people. You may learn something new. You may have some great times that you can cherish. Create some new memories. You never know. So great time to get out with your friends. And this new moon is actually being supported very positively by Pluto, which is in your 7th house of relationships. And it represents great transformation, like really deep, profound transformation. And Jupiter, which is in Virgo, which is in your 3rd house of communication. Okay, so the 11th, 3rd, and 7th house. What this can mean is you can develop new, deep relationships within a group or that you belong to, because new moons bring the new and fresh and new. So I know Cancers, you like to keep your comfortable circle of people and everything, but you may meet somebody new that really transforms you in a positive way. Because the 3rd house is about teaching and learning, and that's where Jupiter is. And Jupiter is about expansion. And then the 7th house is relationships. And with Pluto there, it's like, ooh, like really deep relationships. Like somebody you can have a soul bond with, right? So these things can definitely come about with the new moon. So I would watch out for that. Remember, Mercury is retrograde in your 11th house. So Mercury retrograde, of course, things can go a little haywire when it comes to communication, especially for you when it comes to the internet or within like-minded groups, because it's in your 11th house. So I would be very careful. Take your time texting people, messaging people. Take your time emailing people, speaking to people. I mean, there can be so many miscommunications that can happen, Cancer, so just be mindful of that. But the good thing is, since it's the 11th house and Mercury retro brings things back and brings people back to you, you can have people brought back to you from the past. Like that can be good or bad. It can be somebody that you thought you got rid of out of your life. You don't want to deal with them anymore. And then they pop up and they're like, what's up, Cancer? Can I have another chance? And you're like, fool, you better check yourself and recognize, because I am done with you. You hurt me, and Cancers don't forget if somebody hurts them. So it may be a situation like that, or it could be a good thing, like someone that you had a friendship or relationship with in the past, and they pop up, on social media or something. And if you do decide to answer to them, you never know. It could be a great experience, and you can create some new memories with them to cherish. Venus is also supporting your 11th house, so definitely finding love, if that's what you're open to, within groups of like-minded people is surely possible, or rekindling a love that you had in the past because of Mercury retrograde there is definitely possible too. So look out for that, Cancer. Once we get to the 20th of the month, the Sun will move into Gemini. And on the 24th of the month, Venus will move into Gemini. So Gemini season for Cancers is your 12th house being activated. And the 12th house is a time where you go to rest, you go to relax, retreat, regroup, rethink, it's all these re's, right? So retrogrades aren't the only energies that happen that make you go back and go within and rethink things. It's also, the 12th house, because the 12th house is the last house before we get to your 1st house, which is your sign, where you feel energized and like initiating new things, and like you're reborn again every year and you start new things. Before that happens, you have to go within. And Cancers, you guys have no problem usually with going within and kind of being to yourself and thinking back on things and remembering things. You guys are a water sign, and the 12th house is a water house, okay? So this is a great time for you guys to go back and just kind of spend some time alone, you know, and just really think about life. What do you want to accomplish when Cancer season hits? That's when you can start new things. So what do you want to start? You know, Cancer is a cardinal sign, and cardinal signs get things started, get things going. So plan things out, keep them to yourself, you know, keep on the low a little bit. And you guys really don't have a problem doing that with ease. So I highly recommend that during this time towards the end of the month, especially because the sun will oppose Saturn, okay? And the sun and Saturn opposition is a little bit of a challenge, okay? Saturn is actually in your 6th house of health and daily routines and your work environment. The 6th house caused you to work, right? Like the Rihanna song, work, okay? And Cancers, you guys are a sign that really likes to retreat and go within and relax a lot. The 12th house encourages you to do that, and the 6th house encourages you to do the opposite. So there is going to be a push and pull opposition going on between how you take care of yourself, how you relax, and how you do your day-to-day things to keep you busy and feeling productive, like you're serving a purpose here on Earth, like physically in your physical environment. Saturn and Mars are both there, okay, in the 6th house. And so is the full moon that happens on the 21st. It's going to bring things to a conclusion. So you're going to have this 12th house energy and the 6th house energy at the same time opposing each other. You really need to take care of your health and your body, Cancers, okay? Especially because Saturn and Mars, ooh, those are hard energies there. They're not here to just mess with you and make you feel like, woe is me, why me? You know, I know Cancers can feel like that sometimes when there's difficult energies going on. But they're just challenging you, okay? And they're going to be going retrograde. So anything in your work environment that was not resolved while these planets were forward, starting at the first quarter of 2016, you may be tested in those areas again, Cancer. Okay, this means work. You may have more hard work. You may be called to take on more work duties. Your boss may be going back to being kind of tough on you again. And you know what? This is a chance to really work hard and prove yourself within the workplace to make sure that they see you shine. And that way, when it's Cancer season, people will really be looking at you in a positive light and reflect back on the hard work that you've been doing while Saturn has been retrograde, while Mars has been retrograde, making you go back over things. You may find some mistakes that you did in the past, you know, in the last few months in regards to work that need to be corrected again. Your boss, which Saturn represents boss figures, your boss may be a little tough on you about it and bring it to your attention. But don't fret, Cancer. Like I said, just work very hard and the rewards will definitely come to you. If this is health issues that come up again with Saturn and Mars, when the full moon happens, it brings things to a final decision and a conclusion. So you can have health problems come up or just things that are highlighted and brought to the forefront for you to see, like you need to take care of yourself a little better, okay? And when the full moon comes, it's going to show you, look, this is what you can do. You know, you may get an answer. And if it's work, you can get an answer, a final answer in those regards as well around the full moon. So maybe your boss will say, look, I figured it out, Cancer. We're going to move you to a different department. We're going to bring someone in to help you with your workload to kind of ease the stress a little bit for you. Anything in those areas can definitely happen, and that is what the full moon is going to bring for you. So from the 26th of May on, Mars is going to go back into Scorpio, which is your 5th house. Now, Mars was in Scorpio for the first few months of 2016. And the 5th house is romantic, casual dating partnerships. It's also if you have your own business or if you're involved in anything creative, like creative projects or anything artistic and creative. Also children. So if you had any issues in those areas, they may come back to you to be readdressed. Mars will be in Scorpio until August 2nd. So you have from May 26th to August 2nd to work out these 5th house issues once again if they come up. Now remember, Cancer, don't do the woe is me thing, okay? Because this is only to help you out. Mars wants things to be fair. And if things are not fair, it's going to point its arrow at whatever is not fair and it's going to fix it, okay? It's going to go after it and fix it. So if there are any issues with your kids, to be honest, you know, with Mars in the 5th house of children, You can have issues come up again with your kids and with parenting them and everything. So this is another opportunity to fix those issues and then move forward once Mars moves out of Scorpio. If this is a casual dating relationship, maybe you had like, you know, a lover's quarrel or something that happened, or that may come up again, or maybe just a problem with, you know, your little relationship with that person, even if it's not very serious. You know, when you're casually dating somebody, which Cancers really, generally speaking, don't really like to do, especially because you guys have Pluto in your 7th house of relationships. So you can have some very deep bonds with people, and casual dating may not just may not be for you right now. And maybe somebody that you're seeing is like wanting to casually date, but you're like, you know what, I really want someone to be with me and only me, you know, especially because Pluto's going retrograde also at this time, and it's calling you to go back over those things, go back over your relationships, you know. So what is it that you want? Do you want to have a casual fling, or do you want to have a serious relationship? These issues can definitely come up with Mars going retrograde and Pluto going retrograde, both in relationship houses. So a chance to work things out and resolve them and come to a final decision are definitely possible. All right, Cancer. So just to summarize and wrap up the month, your 11th house of groups and friendships, highly activated. Okay, big focus there. So maybe hanging out with friends, maybe gaining some new friends, maybe finding love within a group or within a friendship. You may have old friends come back from the past, and even old relationships. Maybe a second chance at a relationship from the past as well can happen. Your 12th house is a time for you to kind of relax and regroup and go in hiding for a little bit, maybe go in your shell, or maybe you may have met someone and started a relationship. Now you want to keep things kind of on the low with them and see what they're all about. Those are possibilities. But also remember, the balance between health and taking care of yourself and working hard are going to be really highlighted in the month of May as well. So really take care of yourselves, Cancer. Try not to work too hard, but maintain a balance between your alone time and taking care of your own self and doing what other people want you to do to help out, whether that's if you have a job or if just people that you know in general want your help to do something, okay? Remember to take care of yourself. All right, Cancers, well, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was insightful for you. I will see you guys in June when Cancer season begins. I hope you have a great month. Mwah. Love you guys. Peace.